Hey. I made some lunch. It is basically a burrito bowl. So you've got your rice, your spicy beans, your guacamole, your sour cream alternative. I just basically added salt and lime to yogurt, you know. I basically had a burrito bowl on my birthday from Bar Burrito, and ever since I haven't stopped thinking about it, and I'm trying my best to recreate it at home. So this has been my lunch 3 days in a row. Look at it. Look at it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. So grab some food. I'm gonna get the food into shot. You see, it's a compromise. Either my face is in or the food is in. Wait, I've got it. Oh. Perfect. So if you haven't guessed by now, this is an eat with me. Eat with me. Squeeze. On today's agenda, the topic of discussion is something that I asked on my stories the other day, and that was unpopular opinions. And it could be about absolutely anything. I'll be honest, I had to ask twice because the first time I asked it, they were just a bit meh. It was a lot of people just saying they didn't like olives. They didn't think avocado was that good. So I asked again, and I can say for a fact that you delivered on the spicy opinions. So here we go. I'm just gonna pick any, because they're all pretty good. Anyway, cheers. I don't think you're a bad person / wrong if you decide not to get the COVID vaccine. I mean, of course not. People don't get the vaccine for lots of reasons. I personally am double vaccinated. I've probably mentioned that on the channel. And in my opinion, everyone should get the vaccination just because we all need it for it to be effective. But that doesn't mean someone's an inherently bad person if they choose to abstain or they don't want to get it, because they'll have their own fears, and it doesn't tell us everything about their character. Like, we don't know their story, we don't know their background, we just know one opinion of theirs. I mean, I think it's best if we, I don't know, listen to the experts and get the vaccine. I don't know. Do you know there have been so many people saying Harry Styles is overrated, they don't like Harry Styles. I don't have a very strong opinion on this. I think his music's okay. I don't think it's directed at me. I don't think I'm his audience. But I probably am his audience. However, I don't actively listen to him, but a lot of people say he's overrated. And I will say he's charming and he has got good stage presence, so that's probably the main appeal. If you're a fan, do let me know. This hair, strange. Sex is nasty, prefer makeout though. Well, I'd say it depends. What kind of nasty do you mean, first of all? Sex can be sensual and loving just as much as making out. I think they're level. It depends on your experience. 1 minute. We do dress, we dress and do our makeup for others. This is interesting because I was actually thinking about this morning. I've put on makeup because I'm filming a YouTube video and I'm going out after, but would I have put makeup on otherwise? I'm not sure. I mean, if I'm going out to like meet people, yeah, I always put makeup on, but I don't know why, it's just like a reflex. I like to think I do it for myself, but am I doing it for myself to make me feel better or to make others feel better about me, and so that they perceive me better? They see me as more put together, you know? Am I doing it for the benefit of others so they have something nicer to look at? I like to think I do it for me, because there will be times where I'm not doing anything in the day and I still put makeup on. Like, I'm not filming, I'm not being on camera, I'm not going out, but I'll still put makeup on. Tricky. Marriage is overrated. I think it's getting less and less common. Like, it's not seen as the pinnacle of a relationship anymore. Well, I don't know. It's not necessary to be married to be in love or like to have a valid relationship. And especially, you know, back in the day, people used to get married so young, like 19 years old. I don't think I was emotionally developed, emotionally secure, confident in myself enough at 19 to know that I wanted to be married and give myself to someone else like that. Far too selfish. Lettuce cup. I don't think Timothy Chalamet is attractive. Again, beauty is just subjective, isn't it? I can see objectively how he's a beautiful person, like his features are stunning, do you know what I mean? It's not like, I don't know what to say without upsetting someone. I kind of agree that he's not to my taste, but then what is taste? I'm sure if I got to know him on a personal level, we'd have a great time. Timothy, I'm here. Someone said culture over sport, and I would argue that sport is a big part of culture. Like, even historically, it makes up a lot of who we are and different people's identities, you know? You see, I'm always just gonna be in defense of sports because I'm an avid watcher, consumer of the old sport. Rice is gross and overrated. I like rice. It can't be gross though. It's not distinct enough in taste or in flavor to be gross. you know? It's good. It's really good. This one made me really sad to read. By the way, elephant in the room. Look at my middle fingers. They are clearly my most used finger because both my nails broke at the same time. That looks horrific.
No.
Move on. Move on. Mum tums make me want to vomit. No idea how my partner sleeps with me. It's disgusting. So like, I'm assuming this means like the tummy that you're left with after having a baby. And I just think we can try and switch the narrative on that and sort of view it as how amazing it is that your body has been able to do that, to bring life into this world, and it's a miraculous thing and it's beautiful. And your tummy is a reminder of that, all its stretch marks, all the loose skin. It's a reminder of the wonderful thing that you've done. And I think one of the main reasons why you might view it as disgusting or less attractive is because we're not used to seeing it. Like it's not something, it's not the beauty standard that's put out there every day. We're not used to seeing it. And things that are familiar to us or things that we're exposed to a lot of the time become beautiful to us. So the more we see something, the more beautiful we find it. And because we don't see this that often, you know, it's gonna be hard for us to associate that with beauty because we're not told that it's beautiful. So I think something that would help with that would be more representation of mum tums. I was gonna say mum bod, is that a thing? But also remembering that you are more than what you look like and your personality will outlast whatever your body looks like. Your outer appearance is going to change all the time. But yeah, that one was sad to read. Mushrooms are gross. No. Rocket arugula is literally the worst thing ever. No. Drinking milk is straight disgusting. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Oh god, I actually just thought about it a little bit. Compliments on your physical appearance aren't even nice. Yeah, I suppose I touched a little bit on this before because it's not you, it's just what you are to other people. It's how you present yourself, and it's not a fixed thing and it's not your identity. So it's sort of surface level compliment, which is sort of a nice fleeting thing to say in the moment, but it's not the most important thing. And I understand it's like easy to say that and be like, oh yeah, beauty's only skin deep, but it always feels nice when someone says you look good, which is a shame that we value that so highly. And we're all victims to it, and you know, me included. Well, Love Island is shallow. Pretty much. But also just like remember to not take it too seriously. I don't think the contestants take themselves too seriously, and I don't think the producers of the show really think that they're making high quality art. So just take it for what it is. A bit of fun. Perhaps, you know, shallow and not very representative. Hopefully they'll start to diversify more in the future because I get a lot of complaints about that. Smoothie is not for breakfast. Well, I agree in the sense that I don't think they fill me up personally. I would much prefer to chew on something just because it satisfies me, it satiates me a little bit more. You can definitely create a balanced meal out of a smoothie, like if you make it out of fats, carbohydrates, proteins, all that stuff. For example, bananas, protein powder, or maybe nut butters. You can add some like flax, chia seeds in there for a bit of fat, and then bulk it out with loads of fruit, maybe some veg. But you see, to me, saying that out loud, that just feels like a snack. All those components sound like a snack to me. Even if it's topped with granola, it's never gonna hit. For me personally, I don't want to upset anyone who's a smoothie stan, but you know, I'd rather not. Date-based desserts are horrible. Did I write that? I overdid date-based desserts so much. When I first started getting into health, I was like,
oh my god, dates are amazing. I can eat them every single day. Oh my god, they taste like caramel.
No. Kind of tastes like caramel, but bloody hell. I feel like they get old really fast. Old as in, you get tired of them quick. Because they're a very distinct, strong flavour. And if I could go the rest of my life and not have a date-based dessert, I would. I'd much rather have something with actual sugar just because, you know, if I'm trying to replace it, I'm obviously wanting the real thing. So if I just have the real thing and move on, I'm happier for it. There is room for dates in my life, just not date energy balls. And don't go back on my channel and point out all the times I've made them. I know, I know. Friends is terrible. Sex and the City is way better. I agree, Sex and the City is amazing, iconic. SJP is my hero. No, Kim Cattrall is my hero. But you don't have to put Friends down in order to bring Sex and the City up. Friends is definitely divisive and hasn't aged the best. In fact, Sex and the City is definitely aged better than Friends, I will say that. But I have the nostalgia for Friends, and I can recite pretty much every line of every program. Chuggy. Mayo and condiments are gross. All condiments? It's a bit of a blanket statement. I think every meal benefits from at least one. Maybe not pasta. Avocado toast is not actually that good. That is wrong. That's incorrect. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's hearty. It's creamy. You can put anything on top of the avocado, which means it's versatile. No, it's amazing. My mate mentioned that she thinks butter's disgusting. like actually doesn't taste good. I'm gonna have to strongly disagree with that one. I love the taste of it. I love the smell of it. I love the thickness of it. I love how luxurious it feels. I wish I didn't, because I am trying to, you know, be mindful of my dairy consumption. But at the moment, I have quite a bit of yogurt and butter. Other than that, I stick to plant-based milks, etc. You see, now someone here said milk is not as bad as everyone says, flavour-wise. It just shows we're all very different. A lot of people saying matcha's not that good and they don't like runny eggs, which feels like a personal attack, because I'm pretty sure the stories I posted before this were of my matcha and my runny eggs. What's your preference? Cheese is disgusting, correct. Donuts are disgusting, incorrect. Again, donuts is a thing that's just so basic. The default flavour is just so non-offensive.
Inoffensive.
It's dough that's fried. I don't know, maybe you just haven't found the donut that you like. Vaccine passports are an awful concept. Absolutely bloody agree. That'll just create a more divided society, which we don't need any more help in that, do we? Harry Potter is so shit. The multiple so's feel venomous in this sentence. I personally like it, but again, is it partly nostalgia? I get for some people that fantasy isn't like their preferred genre, but I feel it's good for escapism, and it's cozy, and it's coming into Harry Potter season. Harry Potter is a season. Being a housewife is one of the most rewarding things. Do you know, similarly, I think I got a couple more people talking about being a housewife and how it shouldn't be frowned upon, and I didn't realise it was, because I see being a housewife is quite noble. Like, you're giving up a lot. I mean, most careers you give up a lot to succeed, don't you? Like, you have to sacrifice something at some point. I don't doubt as well that it's extremely rewarding, and it is hard work and it's a lot of maintenance, and I think people undersell the fact that, you know, maintaining a household is so tricky and there's a lot that goes into it, and it's definitely undervalued, and bringing children up on top of that, holy hell, I can't even imagine. So kudos. Oh wow, a big fat sorry, that was a really serious comment and I just said fart. Right, let me try again. A big part of the fitness influencers promote disordered eating. Bet. Yeah, I can definitely see that. In order to achieve a certain physique, particularly in women, you need to have a certain level of body fat. For example, to have a six-pack. It basically means you just need a low enough body fat percentage for the definition of the ab muscles to show. A lot of the time in women, it's just not sustainable, and you need to sort of go to extreme lengths in sort of cutting things out your diet, like, you know, fatty food groups, in order to achieve it, which is detrimental to your health in the long run. The simple fact, women need fat. Women need more fat than men on their bodies. And when you prioritize your looks and appearance, which is what happens in the fitness world, because obviously physique is important and it's a big focus. So when your priority is your looks, health is sacrificed, and I can definitely see that disordered eating would be prominent in that. But at the same time, credit to a lot of the fitness influencers who have come out, you know, after the fact and said that what they were promoting wasn't healthy or sustainable for them, because the more transparent they are, the more it can deter other people from pursuing that and hopefully avoid making the same mistakes that they have. I just think looking after our insides is probably more important than trying to get yourself to look a certain way. I don't know. Black coffee over milky coffee. Do you know, I actually agree. But I think my taste buds are particularly bizarre because I like bitter flavours, like actively seek them out. Sorry if you're eating, but someone said a bidet over toilet paper. Now, I don't doubt that a bidet is an effective way of cleaning. Possibly more. Yeah. If you think about it, toilet paper doesn't seem that sanitary because you might be going over old ground, you know? I'm sorry, let's move on. Someone said being an influencer is not a job, and I actually replied to this message because I was like, oh. I was like, what about a content creator, you know, who actively makes recipes? I'm trying to justify it. You know, makes recipes, goes out their way to produce things that take a lot of hours. I think it's underrated how many hours go into making content. And she said she sort of asked it to be a little bit of a martyr and to sort of make me feature the question, which fair enough. So I can talk about it. I feel like it depends on what sort of influencer you are. But in general, I do think that, I don't know, I'll speak from experience because I don't know about everyone. I've never worked as many hours as I do now. Like, I pretty much never turn off because I know that there's always something that I can be doing. And I work with legitimate companies to produce content for them. I fulfill briefs. I have schedules. You know, But again, it's different for everyone, and I don't know. Am I just trying to justify to myself that this is a real job? It doesn't feel like a real job, but I pay tax. Cinnamon is better than salt. They're just not really comparable, are they? If you said cinnamon is better than nutmeg, sure. Salt is better than pepper, given. But I just don't think you can compare them because you can't really use them interchangeably. You know, they're for different purposes. Random car one. Range Rovers are chuggy. You see, things that are considered chuggy now will almost certainly come back into fashion. So you may be saying that now, but you know, in 20 years time, because fashion is cyclical, I'ma see you in a Range Rover. Veganism is kind of elitist. Mainly plant-based is more approachable and budget-friendly, I think the rest of that says. Personally, I eat plant-based, as you know, heavily plant-based. Not because I find veganism to be elitist, but more because I find it to be a bit restrictive, and I know the argument that you can have vegan alternatives of everything, but then a lot of the time, I suppose it ties into elitism, because a lot of the time the vegan alternatives are priced so highly that it doesn't seem as accessible as maybe it should be if it's the way forward, you know? Hopefully, the demand will mean the price can come down, because the only reason the animal products are so cheap is because it's been subsidised by the government, so we can buy it more and support those industries. So if the reverse was to happen, it would be more accessible and less elitist, as this person is saying. And the only way to do that is to buy it while it's expensive, to bring the cost down. Someone just said, "You're ugly." That's nice. Someone else said that they didn't like my hair. Raisins are disgusting. Absolutely true. You'll never catch me eating a raisin. I will go out my way to pick them out. Cinnamon raisin bagel.
Cinnamon bagel with raisin holes.
Chewy raisin granola.
Chewy raisinless granola.
Oatmeal raisin cookie.
Oatmeal. I'd rather no raisin cookie.
Sorry, but you're not gonna catch me eating raisins. You're not gonna catch me eating cheese, like stinky cheese. No, no, no. You're not gonna catch me eating, what else would I never eat? This light. I feel like all the traditionally popular food not to like, I like. Like I like anchovies, I like olives. Tofu, black pudding. You're not gonna get me eating black pudding. I used to like it, I'll be honest. Now I understand the concept of black pudding and what goes into black pudding. You won't catch me eating black pudding. Licorice, no. I didn't used to like marzipan, but now that I've been converted into like a nut stan, someone who consumes nuts every single day, I feel like I would like marzipan. I'll have to have it again. Wait, is marzipan cheese? But because I don't have any allergies, I would say there's no food that I out and out avoid completely. So what I'm saying is, if someone was to serve me something, if they'd made it with love, and it was part of their culture maybe, and it had something that I didn't like in, or something that I don't traditionally eat, you know, I don't normally eat red meat ever. Like I haven't had red meat for about 5 years now. Holy hell, 5 years. That's crazy. I don't know. If someone had already made it for me, guys, and they didn't know that I didn't eat it. I've just created my own moral quandary. Ethically, I wouldn't want to eat it. But then, that's very hypocritical because I eat fish. Most movies with female leads as protagonists are a disgrace, which is upsetting. Black Widow was good though. Yeah, there's that thing about women in movies that they're normally just there as a vehicle to drive the men's plot. Like they need to have a reason for being a woman or else they might as well be men. That's what the old saying goes, isn't it? But tell you what, if you do have one, or if you have a film that represents women in a really strong positive light, let me know. I'm gonna literally be reading these for the rest of the day. Oh my god. If you could see what I'm reading. I'm a little bit down because I received quite a few nasty messages. I really shouldn't let it get to me. Because I know it's just projection and I know they're probably insecure. I'm gonna leave it there. I finished my food. Ding, ding, ding. I made some cookies earlier. So I supersetted this meal by having 3 cookies as my pre-meal, my pre-workout. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know you like the Eat With Me's, and so do I because I'm really easy to fail. But thanks for watching, baby cakes. I'll see you on Wednesday. Have a good time. Have a good one. Bye. Mwah.